Hi, I'm Tommy Pilata, and I directed this experience called Collapsus. What is Collapsus? I'm going to explain that as fast as I can, so please bear with me. Collapsus is a documentary that... I'm sorry, there's no audio?
There is audio.
Is there audio coming out right now? Okay. That looks at the transition from fossil fuels to alternative energy sources. And it looks to the near future and sort of the difficulties that are going to appear as that comes along. It started as a documentary for VPRO. It was a sort of very typical television documentary with talking heads that looks at the exact same scenario. It was called Energy Risk. And they interviewed experts in the field and looked at what was going to happen. We took that documentary and we sort of cut it up in little pieces and added additional footage to that. Then we created vlogs and web pages for reporters for a group called Citizen Energy. We used YouTube so we could parse out that information. We also created a game. The game is interactive and it plays out scenarios that is a simulation that teaches you the precarious nature of energy in a global way. We also created a drama. We took the scenario and the situations and humanized it by embodying the ideas and characters and trying to get sort of an emotional response and a way to bring those issues closer. We took all three and put them together in an interface.
There's no sound.
If you go to the right side, that's the documentary portion where you'll get interviews with experts in the field or additional blogs from the characters. And then to the left, you'll get the interactive portion. They wanted to get the same sort of issues out in a way that was going to be interesting to younger people and the connected generation. So our idea was to create an experience that's sort of an annotated narrative. What this is really it's part fiction. It's about these 10 young people all over the world and how this energy crisis affects them. It's part documentary, so you have moments where you can go into actual talking heads and people talking about the issues and predictions. And then there's an interactive component. So there's three components, a sort of fiction, a documentary, and an interactive component. So it was very ambitious to sort of blend all these genres. And one of our design choices that we had to make was how to really bring all these three together. I've experienced during rotoscoping, I produced a film called A Scanner Darkly and co-developed a technique that allows you to draw over live actors. And we really sort of utilized that and brought a sort of graphic novel style approach to this story. Because the story takes place all over the world and takes place over 20 years, and we had a limited time and budget, we had to really find a way to make it expansive. And we solved that issue by basically rotoscoping the actors who were playing in the dramatic part and then bringing it to life in this sort of graphic novel form. It also allowed us to bring in the interactive elements as well. So how is this interactive? Well, we took an approach that we call annotated storytelling. Basically, it's not like a video game in the sense that you choose your own adventure. It's more like a web experience when you're going through the web or channel surfing. It allows you to decide how far you want to go. So you're Alice in Wonderland going down the rabbit hole. And so if you want to get more information, you want to delve into the documentary source, you can do that. You can find out more information. Or if you want to play games, you can do that. And that will also sort of teach you how to interact and sort of emphasizes the dramatic storyline. So really every single person who experiences this will experience it differently, and it really depends on your own choice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll do it in English.
Great.
My question is, did you have any idea of the end result when you started it? Or did it sort of came, you first, what you said, a documentary, then a game, then a story? Will it ever be finished?
Yeah, the mandate was pretty simple. The ambition was to create all three genres of gaming, documentary, and fiction. How we were going to do that, I wasn't 100% sure. I had an instinct, and I really felt that because this is a transmedia experience and there wasn't anything else like it, I knew that it would be sort of an experimental phase and we would go into it and that we would sort of keep on developing it. So as we would try things, we would try different things. And I also felt like that this was the beginning of something greater. And because it's a transmedia project, I think that I would like to explore and keep on pushing this idea.
Okay. Mark?
Ik heb even terug.
Okay.
I have a question. One of your main goals was to reach a younger target group for documentaries.
Yeah.
Do you have any results on that? Don't you think that the total was a bit too complex for that with all the 3 panels? How do you know that?
Well, it was told to me that the average age for a VPR documentary is 55 and older. And one of the sort of the multi-threaded multitasking approach really came from my own experience, how I consume media now, which is I watch TV, I'm looking up things on Wikipedia. You know, I'm rarely passively consuming media. So it really was about, and I look at the younger people, and that's really what they've grown up doing. And so it really was about reaching that younger audience. And what we found in focus groups is that people my age, 40 and older, prefer a more passive experience, but younger people, 18 and up to 40, enjoy it and understand it.
And did the movie alter their thinking about energy politics?
I don't know. I think what the attempt was is people who wouldn't normally watch a television documentary on this, it was a way to engage them and get them to think about these ideas. And I think dramatically it really works that way. I think if you're talking to some old guy as a talking head on a screen, it's not too engaging. But if you have a young person who's actually experiencing the meta scenario that he's talking about, I think it's a much easier way to get close to that idea.
Okay, thank you.
Did you get any feedback during the project by users? Did they understand it? Because there's 3 things you have to understand and then combine it in your head.
Yeah, I mean, as far as feedback, it's, again, I think we're exploring new territory here. And I listen to everything, but I also sort of follow instinct. And there's also just limitations at some point. You have to just release it. So we released this with the television documentary at the time. And I mean, I think everybody really enjoys the sort of the 3-panel system and being able to slide and choose how you want to go down that path.
Okay.
No more questions?
No.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, sorry.
Is there anything? Can you say anything about the results? Are there any results that you can talk about or can give us?
Well, the results. I mean, we've had about 400,000 unique visitors, I believe, which is great, and really without any sort of marketing push. And we've had a very large international reach in sometimes surprising ways in countries that we wouldn't have expected, like Brazil is sort of off the charts. And we've been doing well. We just won an award at South by Southwest in the Interactive Festival, and we've been getting a lot of press coverage, and so people seem really interested in the project, which is great, because it's actually been sort of building momentum. I mean, people are discovering it, which is, I think, a great indicator of its success.
And do you think you can, because we still have a minute, but do you think you can use it later on as a template and put something else in? Not energy, but whatever?
Yeah, I mean, the idea, we called it Collapsus because we thought that that we could actually approach a lot of different subjects in this way. We could look at the financial collapse, you know, as well as other things. So I personally would like to use it as a template and continue to develop it.
Okay, thank you. We're ready. Maybe questions from the audience?
Any questions from the audience? No questions. Thank you very much.